This is Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. My name is Chase Sr. Hope everybody out there is having a phenomenal Friday as the Eagles have been busy on this football Friday, signing 3 more players in NFL free agency. And some of these moves, they might be on the periphery and on the edge of this Eagles roster. But these are some quality additions to this Eagles team. And before we talk about all of them, this is why you subscribe to the channel. We've been live every single day of free agency this week. Every single move that the Eagles have made, we've talked about it here on the show. Nobody does it like we do it right here on YouTube. So lock us in and hit that subscribe button. I want to begin with talking about Avery Williams. He was the first player among the 3 who were all signed within about an hour on this Friday afternoon. And that's Avery Williams signing a 1-year contract with Philadelphia, according to NFL insider Diana Rossini. Williams was a 5th-round pick, 183 overall, by the Atlanta Falcons in the 2021 NFL Draft. And I'm telling you right now, he's a pretty interesting addition to Philadelphia's roster because I think the Eagles are going to utilize him as a gadget weapon. And with the Eagles not tendering Britton Covey, allowing him to become an unrestricted free agent, I think that Williams could be the Britton Covey replacement as a punt returner if the Eagles want to use Cooper DeJean solely as a cornerback to save his body a little bit. And why I say that Williams is a pretty interesting addition for this Eagles roster, check out his non-special teams career snaps by position. In 2021, 2 snaps along the defensive line, 11 snaps in the box, 96 as a slot cornerback, 9 at wide cornerback, and 3 at free safety. That might confuse some of you because our graphics, and I have told you that the Eagles are signing running back Avery Williams. So he actually started his career coming out of college on the defensive side of the football. And then he made the switch to playing offense. And at Boise State, he was known to be a really good athlete, and when you get selected in the 5th round, that's pretty legit. So from 2021 to 2022, makes the transition to offense, right? And that year, 85 snaps in the backfield, 6 as an inline tight end, 37 snaps out of the slot, 13 at wide receiver. In 2023, missed the entire season due to an ACL injury that happened during June OTAs. And in 2024, 10 snaps out of the backfield. Now, the Falcons last year were set at that running back spot, led by Bijan Robinson. So there weren't a lot of carries to give a player like Williams. But it's interesting, too, because I think that he's going to have significant special teams impact potentially for Philadelphia this upcoming season. He averaged 10.9 yards per punt return, which is pretty damn good. Just under Britton Covey's career average of 11.3. And so with Covey seemingly moving on, he might get some more money from another team. And with the Eagles having the option to go Cooper DeJean as a punt returner or Avery Williams a punt returner, they bring in Williams here. And let me just add this in. I know the Eagles sign A.J. Dillon. You have Will Shipley on the roster. Saquon Barkley, still the star that he is. But Kenneth Gainwell also moved on. And Kenneth Gainwell returned a lot of kicks for Philadelphia as well. And so this is a little bit of replacement in a couple of ways here. Next signing for the Eagles. Philadelphia bringing in a second tight end in as many days in Kylen Granson. He is a young free agent at just 26 years old. He is a former 4th-round pick, as once again the Eagles are bringing in a player with a pretty good draft pedigree. And he was a really good blocking tight end last year, according to Pro Football Focus. 16th best pass blocking tight end. 17th best run blocking tight end. And what we're assuming here, with the signing on Thursday of Harrison Bryant and the signing on Friday of Kylen Granson, Dallas Goedert is probably gone. Entering the final year of his contract, no guaranteed money on his deal, and so Howie Roseman has a couple of replacements to help fill that void or at least absorb that blow. Granson, Bryant, Grant Calcaterra. And then in a deep tight end draft class, I would be shocked if the Eagles do not take a tight end in the first 3 or 4 rounds. And Granson has also played 40% or more snaps in the last 3 years, and he's been asked to catch the football, and he's been able to do that. Also of note, last 2 years, he's played under Shane Steichen, former Eagles offensive coordinator for an organization that Nick Sirianni has a lot of familiarity with. So Granson in 2024, 14 catches, $182, 13 yards per catch, no touchdowns, 1 drop. In 2023, 15 games played, 30 catches, 368 yards, 12.3 yards per catch, 1 touchdown, 3 drops. In 2022, 31 catches, 302 yards, 9.7 yards per catch, no touchdowns, 2 drops. And then as a rookie coming out of SMU, he had 11 catches for 106 yards, 9.6 yards per catch, no touchdowns, and 0 drops. And that type of pass catching ability gives the Eagles a lot more than what they've had from backup tight ends in recent memory, right? You think about a player like Jack Stoll. Every year that he was in Philadelphia, 4 catches, 11 catches, 5 catches. And then in 2024, he had 2 catches. He was barely used in the pass game. Whereas Granson not only is a good blocker like Jack Stoll, you can also utilize him as a pass catcher. Greg Calcaterra in his career, 5 catches, 4 catches, and 24 catches. So Granson is a player who I think the Eagles are going to utilize this upcoming season, blocking, catching, and then Harrison Bryant, he was used by the Browns last year in short yardage situations, and he's caught 10 touchdowns in his career in about 5 years of playing. And then the Eagles also bringing back Patrick Johnson. This is a player who the Eagles have a lot of familiar with. He has shined in the preseason throughout his career. He was a 7th-round pick out of Tulane in the 2021 draft by the Eagles and never has registered a sack as primarily a pass rusher, but does have a lot of special teams value. As a rookie with the Eagles, he played in 17 games, year 2, 16, year 3, 15, and then in 2024, played 1 game with the Eagles and then 12 with the New York Giants. And so understands the scheme. Eagles have familiarity with him. At the very least, he can help you with special teams, and then you can use him sparingly as a pass rusher from time to time. So 3 signings for the Eagles on this Friday afternoon. 4 in total if you add a long snapper addition as well. Rick Lovato, take care. Thanks for your service. Grade these signings A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know what you're thinking about them down below in the comment section. We always want you to have a voice here on Eagles Now. It's a big part of what we do. And on top of giving you great coverage, insight, analysis, opinions, and entertaining all of you, we want you to be a part of the program, and this is how you do that. Eagles Super Bowl gear still available thanks to our friends at Fanatics, and even though millions of people worldwide have purchased Eagles Super Bowl gear, doesn't mean that they're running out, because this Super Bowl victory is going to live on in memory, etched in stone forever. Use that link down below. It'll redirect you to Fanatics. And then if you make a purchase, Fanatics will know that Eagles Now and Chat Sports sent you. It's a great way for you to support the program and for you to support the Birds and have some gear that's going to be timeless, because we will never forget about that Eagles dominant Super Bowl 59 victory. It's chatsports.com/EaglesSB. If you're watching us live right now, we're putting that link in the chat. So here are all the moves that the Eagles have made up to this point in NFL free agency. Saquon Barkley given a contract extension, $41.2 million. Zach Bond re-signed at 3 years, $51 million. 2 big moves for the Eagles right here. The rest of them, Philadelphia fulfilling a lot of depth needs across the roster in a cost-efficient way, on top of having a bunch of draft capital and a lot of good young players who are under contract and in their primes already on this team. Dorian Thompson-Robinson traded from the Browns to the Eagles. Looks as though he could be QB3. Kenny Pickett to Cleveland. Tanner McKee gets elevated to QB2. Kenyon Green, he was sent to Philadelphia in that C.J. Gardner-Johnson trade. Former first-round pick, top 15 overall guy. He now enrolls in Jeff Stoutland University. Ben Van Sumeren can have an impact in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. A.J. Dillon, 240, 250 pounds. This is a running back who you can use in short yardage situations, and he's a bull. Just got medically cleared from that neck injury. Hopefully he can stay past that. Josh Uche, I think he's going to be able to have a really good impact with this team, given the talent on that defensive line, who he'll be playing alongside him being coached by Vic Fangio and Clint Hurt, an underrated defensive line coach in the NFL, I think he's a good scheme fit. I like the ability too. Guy had 11.5 sacks a few years ago, has twitch, bend, and speed coming off that edge. The Eagles signing 2 tight ends in free agency. The first one was Harrison Bryant, 1 year, up to $2 million deal. Adoree Jackson, cornerback, former first-round pick from the 2017 draft out of USC, signed by the Eagles on a 1-year contract. The Eagles have a new long snapper. So long, Rick Lovato. Hello, Charlie Hewlett. 1 year, $1.42 million deal. Avery Williams, gadget weapon, added to this Eagles roster. Could be the Britton Covey replacement. Patrick Johnson, rotational outside linebacker and special teamer. He comes back to the Eagles. And then Kylen Granson, a blocking and pass-catching tight end, signed to a 1-year deal as well. Those are all of the moves that the Eagles have made so far in free agency, with the 3 most recent signings, us going into detail about all of those. Don't forget, hit that sub button. We continue to build like crazy, and we're going to continue that momentum.